Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna be drawing one of my OCs, but it's been so long since I recorded this video and I don't want to rewatch it, so I'm just gonna comment on what I'm doing as the video goes along. So yeah. Start with the head because that's what I always do. Yeah. I know in this video I'm doing like the sketch and then I do line art and I go in with watercolors later to paint. This is Carmen. She's the like love interest for my character Atlas in my comic that I've been working on. I'm gonna tell you some facts about her, I guess. She's 18 and she's in college. She's a history major. Her roommate she's roommates with Rowan, which I did a like video drawing him on my computer like a while ago. Yeah, in this video I was trying to so I've been working on like a doll for her to like put on my shelf, and I wanted to do some concept art for an outfit, and so that's what this started as. And then I was just like, what if I record what I'm doing? So yeah. Also, the video's like a little fish-eyed, because I was recording it on like basically a big magnifying glass light, because it's the only thing I have that you can see what I'm like doing from my phone, you know what I mean? So yeah. Then I was just trying. At first, I gave her pants. I'm pretty sure I changed this later on to a skirt, though. But yeah, I wanted to like kind of come up with different ideas because I've been also kind of like playing with her character because she's changed a lot since I first made her. A lot of my OCs I made in 7th grade, and she was one of them. For a story, and she actually started out as a vampire, and she had pink hair, and then she turned into like this character from there. But I've kind of been playing around with like what aesthetic I think she would wear and like how I think she would act, because that's changed a lot as time has gone on. What else can I tell you about her? She has a younger sister, and they're really close. Did I say Carmen's age? I think I said she was 18, but that's a lie. She's like 20. She's a junior in college or something, and her sister is like 9. Like they have a pretty large age gap, but they're really close. And yeah, Carmen and Rowan have been friends like forever. And they lived together, and they met in like elementary school, and they've like would babysit Carmen's younger sister like a lot growing up in like middle school and high school. I also think they might have dated at one point and then broke up and did nothing else about that. So there's some lore that I haven't fully decided if I want to do or not. Oh, actually, no. This was one I lied. I think this might have just been one like outfit idea, and I think I do a different one next to her. Like I said, I recorded this a while ago. I have a lot of videos recorded. I just haven't edited or voiced over them, and my partner said that they could edit for me, but I'm too stubborn and I don't want to do that. And it's like I want to learn how to do it on my own, but then the video quality and stuff that I get is really bad, and I really didn't. I was getting frustrated here and I think I just turned the page after this actually. Um, at this point, when I did record this, I was going through a really bad art block where I could only record or like draw. I mean, I couldn't like draw my characters or anything. I could only make 3D art, and that's why at the time I was working on a doll. Um, instead of like comic stuff because in when I had like oh my goodness, when I had college classes, my first semester I had 2 art classes back to back, and so it was 4 hours worth of drawing, and then that like burnt me out, and I got into like a creative um, rut basically where it's like I can't do anything. Um, but it's thankfully it's gone now, and I'm hoping to create more. I actually, guys, go read my web comic Elliot's Cafe on Webtoon. Carmen is not in it yet. Um, surprisingly, but I'm taking my sweet time, I guess, writing it. Because it's like I have it all planned out, but I have a really hard time. Like I haven't been able to find a lot of time to work on stuff lately, so yeah. Actually, I lied again. No, I didn't lie. I think this is the outfit that I was like, actually, I really like this outfit, but this isn't the final drawing. This isn't the one that I line art and do colors with. This is just like, oh, I like how this outfit looks, but this was frustrating me because again, it's kind of an art block at this time, and so a lot of my drawings weren't coming out the way that I wanted it to. But like looking back on this now that I'm out of art block, it's kind of interesting to see, um, like how I was trying to get out of it. I guess like I got so frustrated that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little doodle to the side. I like inspired by growing up when I was in middle school, I watched the YouTuber Drawing with Waffles. Oh my goodness! I just dropped my phone. Not in the video, but recording this. I was really inspired by the artist Drawing with Waffles, and I remembered that every time, like before she would get into a big sketch, she would do like thumbnail. That's right, thumbnail sketches, and so that's why I was kind of when I get into like a where I can't think creatively or something, I kind of go back and reference her videos and her drawing process because she was a really big inspiration for me growing up. Um, yeah, I also think it would be fun to kind of play with Carmen's hairstyles a lot more because I feel like she just kind of her hairstyles get really monotonous. And then I think I took a step back and started recording this again. So after doing like the initial, I guess, warm up sketches now, I think I forgot to press record on the first part. So yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Um, I'm gonna like flip to a new page. I have a fresh start basically, and then go from there based off of like the little thumbnail sketch I did on the previous page. And this is where we actually get into the final drawing I did. Which Carmen used to be one of my favorite characters. I used to draw her a lot, and I feel like though something about her, like I don't know what exactly I changed, but like something about her character changed, and then I started not liking her. And I think kind of doing this experiment, kind of playing around with her design and like her personality lately has made it so that I like really enjoy her as a character again compared to like what I was feeling about her a little bit ago. But yeah, we're getting her hair drawn. And we're trying these like bubble hairstyle, I guess. Um, another artist that I'm really inspired by is Delightful, which she had recently done a video with I think UV, her character UV when I did this, so I was kind of inspired by like the um like street fashion stuff when I was like redesigning her character. Um Also another thing about her when I first designed her is she was like more of like a because she was a vampire, and I was an edgy 7th grader, so she was more like a pastel goth girl, and now I take more inspiration from like I don't know what it's called, but like a lot more bright colors. Um, yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but yippee. Okay. Now we're gonna get into like the skirt and pants, which I think that's where I was having the issues the most when I was drawing her initially, was how I wanted the pants to look. Um, but so in this one, I'm kind of just going with like the skirt over the pants. Like, is that Y2K? I don't think it is. But yeah, I think this is kind of where I want to go with how she looks as a character. Where it's like her like fashion kind of stands out as like bright colors, and stuff, and like her pants are like flared and kind of like makes her features like stand out more, I guess. Like or like she makes her like silhouette more interesting. That's what I was trying to say. And I think that's like her goal as a person. I think she likes to stand out more. I think um like I one of the things about her like as a character is I don't think she really tries to fit in and never has. She's kind of like just unapologetically herself, and I've always tried to like write that into her character. Whereas Atlas, because it's supposed to be like an interesting contrast between her and Atlas, because Atlas doesn't really know who she is compared to Carmen, who is very confident in like her identity, and she like knows what she wants to do and stuff. Um, and also like I think she's a lot more serious compared to like Rowan, but they still like Rowan make sure that Carmen like isn't super uptight. Like they're roommates, and also Rowan especially is like a professional upstairs neighbor. And to get energy off of him, he has to play like Dance Dance Revolution, and in their apartment, like they're always getting noise complaints because of the game, and like they're stomping on the floors and stuff. Oh my god, I really want to do like a short comic based around them because I really love their dynamic. And I feel like in the comic, even though they're roommates, I don't get to explore that as much because it's focused a lot more on like Atlas and Carmen being roommates, and then Atlas and Rowan being co-workers. So I don't really get to explore the like living arrangements between those two, even though I really want to. And I feel like it wouldn't really fit in as well in the like long comic compared to if I did just like a short one with their individual ones. So now that I've stopped rambling, now I started doing line art on this. Finally, we can get to line art after being frustrated with my other page. And yeah, I like how this line art turned out. I feel like I have a little bit of a hard time when it comes to doing line art, even digitally, which I've found out I really have an issue with like line weight. So after I adjusted the line weight on stuff, I started liking what I was making a little bit more. But it's art is I love making art, but it's so experimental in what you're going to like versus what you're not going to like, you know. Um, my hand is just in the way for this whole thing. Um, but I guess it's how I have to record it, and it's also like the most comfortable for me when I make art. Anyways, we got the jacket. I really like the jacket I gave her. I wish it was real. I wish I had it in my closet. You know, I don't have much else to say right now, at least. So I'm just gonna awkward a little moment here, I guess. Actually, the my friend Jay, which you can find them at like Javalkins on Instagram. They draw their characters with like the fingerprints with the hand finger circles and stuff, and they did that since like freshman year of high school, and we've been friends since elementary school. And I saw that and I was like, I want to do that too. So I credit them for that in my art style. um, because like yeah, my friend Jay is actually, I feel like they've inspired me the most kind of to pursue art, because I remember in 6th grade, the reason I kind of started taking my art seriously, especially as someone who wanted to do comics, um, was that I was like, well, I don't think my art is good enough, and if I did a comic, I would just want to write it and then like hire an artist. But my friend Jay was like, well, like if you just practice and stuff. And so again, I kind of credit them with like where I am today, because I do feel like they're kind of a big motivator for me to start taking my art seriously, because they were also taking their art seriously. Um, and yeah, cool, I guess. And their art's really cool. You should check them out. Yeah, they're super duper awesome sauce. Um, I mean, like, I started doing art also because of, like, I grew up just around artistic people. Like, my dad was always building stuff in our garage, and then my nana, she provided, like, a lot of the stuff for me to make art, like canvases and all that jazz, you know? And we got our trusty little kneading eraser to get rid of that. I wasn't using the kneading eraser in this. RIP to the eraser on that pencil, I guess. It always stresses me out when I have to erase my stuff on here, though, because I'm always worried about the line art smudging, you know? Because it's happened before, and it's really sad when it does, and then I cry. Okay, so now we're going to get into watercolors. Which watercolors are my favorite medium. I've done a lot of watercolor pieces, and when I did this, I had not used watercolors in what it felt like so long. So that's why I decided to do this in watercolors. Gotta go back to your roots every once in a while, and also like do the things that you miss doing. Because I did a lot of watercolor pieces in high school, but because of the classes I was taking this past semester in college, I wasn't able to use watercolors that much. But I love this watercolor set. My grandma, not my nana, she got it for me a few years ago for, I think, my birthday, and they go on so nice. They're super. Oh, I love them. I don't know what brand they are, sadly, because I don't think it says it on the tin thing, or if it does, I don't pay enough attention to it. But yeah, they go on. It's so nice. I really want to get back into doing more watercolor pieces. I miss it. I know that you're supposed, like, I know a lot of people, they put down like a base color, I think, to like unify the palette that they're using when it comes to watercolors. I want to try that. um I just don't right now. Yeah, I need to experiment more with that, I guess, but like, no, I don't want to do that right now. Maybe I'll make a video on doing that sometime. Again, I don't even know if people like really watch these anyways. I mean, I can see that they really don't. It's just I just like to make art for my own enjoyment, and I think that's what's important about making art. And also, like, as much as I would like to have a nice following and stuff, I don't. But like, I try, and then the algorithm hates me. and it always has. So it's just like I make stuff for my own enjoyment, and I think that's what I've just had to learn over like the past few years, is that I don't make art for other people, I make it for myself, and that's what I enjoy about it, you know? I really have to plug my phone and it's at 5%. Oh my goodness. Okay, my phone has been plugged in. It's charging. Yay. I'm pretty sure what I'm doing now is, I lied. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing right now, because I don't have a script and I didn't rewatch this video. So I don't remember what my plan was when I made this. Coloring in the eyes. And yeah, her hair is low-key green. It's like a green brownish color. Again, I made her and did her designs and her redesigns like when I was in middle school and high school. And she's like the one character that I kind of try and stay true to like her original stuff, to like kind of pay homage to my younger self for creating her. But like she's the only OC that I've had for this long that hasn't gone through a name change. Like Atlas, her original name was like, it wasn't Atlas, that's for sure. I'm also really upset because I had an original copy to what I had made in middle school for like, it was like for a short story assignment, and then I don't know where it went. It got deleted when I went to high school and like changed. I didn't like change school districts, but like the high school I went to didn't have like the normal school email that like the rest of the schools did. So it got deleted in that, and I thought I had like a hard printed out copy of it, but it's just like disappeared, and I'm really sad because I kind of want to see, like, I want to know what was going through my 7th grade mind when I wrote that. But it was basically a Monster High ripoff, because I love Monster High. I have since I was little, and I remember I was like, well, it's this universe is kind of like Monster High, but like they all have powers, and my OC Atlas, she is half fairy, half demon, because I wanted to be a little edgy, and she doesn't know how to use her powers. So this thing is about her figuring out how to control her powers while they're going to the school. And she had Carmen. They were kind of pining. You know what I mean? They had a crush. They liked each other in the story. And they had this friend Finn also, who is a werewolf. And Finn is not, I don't have any drawings of him. I don't know what he looks like. He doesn't really like exist in my brain anymore as an OC, but I remember he was a werewolf and he was a traitor, and they found him doing something he shouldn't be doing, and that was when Atlas was like, okay, this is time to learn how to use my powers, and she does, and then afterwards Atlas and Carmen kiss, and the day is saved. Yay. That's what I remember the plot of it being. But then, my freshman year of high school, I got this wig, and it was kind of green. It was like a really dark green color, and it was really long, and I did my makeup and stuff, and I was like, Atlas's character design also came from a cosplay, and I was like, kind of just messing around with makeup and like wigs when like experimenting with like what I want them to look like, and I did this one look, and I was like, actually, this is kind of fire, and then I kind of turned that into Carmen, and so that's what Carmen is today, basically. And Atlas's design was actually an old version of Carmen's design that I did, where like Carmen gets cursed in one plot and gets a third eye, and her hair turns white, And yeah, and that actually ended up being what Atlas is today. So interesting. I used to love cosplay. I mean, I still do. It's just I got burnt out of it in a way that I can't do it as often as I used to, but like people who did OC cosplays, basically, I have to give credit to them for like inspiring me to do OC cosplays and then coming up with what Atlas and Carmen look like, basically. So yeah, that's fun and interesting. But yeah, Carmen's like character design has a lot of bright pinks and purples. I know they don't look very bright in this video, but yeah, like pinks, purples, yellows, blues, like those saturated colors I think are very, like, they represent kind of who she is. As like I do this kind of ugly yellow shirt, but like if you saw it in person, they kind of go together. Or maybe they don't. You know, maybe I'm just lying to myself. That could also be the case. But we're almost done. I think I just have the shoes left to fill in on here, and then we're done. Oh, wait, we're gonna do some shading. Awesome shading. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Thank you. It's kind of a long yapping video. I'm not really doing much, not really saying much. But if you did like it, you know, maybe think about leaving a like or comment, subscribe, you know. That would be nice. Super duper awesome. Oh my gosh. Get on with it. Color in the shoes. Thank you. I wish I didn't do this yellow. I don't like how they look. I think it was fine if I had just left the shirt yellow and done the shoes like a pink or something. It's okay. I definitely made some interesting color choices in this. But yeah, I think that's it. Just gonna sign it. Gecko plant, yeah, that's me. That's my signature. Yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Goodbye.